Brothers Henry and Tom were ecstatic about their recent purchase, a vast piece of land on the outskirts of town, ideal for their dream of building a secluded home surrounded by nature. They had acquired it through an online auction at an astonishingly low price, which seemed almost too good to be true. Excited, they set off to explore their new property, envisioning a future filled with possibilities like a spacious house, a garden, and maybe even a barn. Upon arrival, they discovered an unexpected structure, an old, weathered shed not mentioned in the property listing. Curious but cautious, the brothers inspected the shed, finding it locked with a heavy chain. Henry, eager to channel his handyman skills, broke the chain using a steel pipe, and together they opened the shed doors. Inside, the air was damp and the space filled with rusted tools and mold-covered shelves, but it was the large wooden boxes in the back that drew their attention. Inside the boxes were faded photographs, old documents, and a blueprint, all hinting at a mysterious past. The blueprint, signed with the initials RS, depicted a grand house. Intrigued, the brothers embarked on a mission to uncover the identity of RS and the history of their land, starting with a visit to the local library. Their research seemed futile until an elderly historian named Mr. Turner contacted them with crucial information. Mr. Turner revealed a similar blueprint, except for the shed and its surroundings, which were missing from his version. This anomaly fueled the brothers' curiosity further. Back at the property, they discovered a hidden compartment beneath the shed's floor containing a small chest filled with documents, a journal, and gold coins. The journal belonged to Robert Stevenson, detailing his life and the hidden fortune on the property, meant to preserve his wealth for future generations. Following the journal's clues, Henry and Tom unearthed the fortune beneath a large oak tree on their land. Henry's thoughts raced as he stood before the old shed on the property he and his brother Tom had inherited from their late uncle. The property, rumored to hold secrets for generations, had always piqued their curiosity. Initially, it seemed like nothing more than a dilapidated structure on a patch of wild land. Yet, the whisperings of local folklore, combined with their uncle's vague stories about hidden treasures and family legacies, had ignited a spark of intrigue in both brothers. Henry's pulse quickened, his mind conjuring visions of buried chests and forgotten relics. "We dig," Henry said, his voice filled with resolve. The decision was made without hesitation. Tom nodded in agreement, the excitement shared between them needing no further words. They gathered what tools they could, an old spade, a gardening fork, and a rusted crowbar, and began to dig with an intensity that belied the weariness from days spent pondering their next move. Each thrust into the earth seemed to bring them closer to the unknown, their hearts pounding in unison with the rhythm of their work. Hours passed, and the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the clearing. Just as fatigue threatened to slow their pace, the sound of metal striking would echo through the dusk. Their tools had hit something solid. Pausing to catch their breath, they brushed away the loose dirt to reveal the edges of a wooden hatch, half buried and weathered by time. Adrenaline coursing through their veins, they worked together to pry it open, the hatch finally giving way with a groan and a burst of splintering wood. Beneath the hatch lay a dark void, a yawning chasm that seemed to exhale the secrets it had guarded for so long. A cool, musty air wafted from the opening, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and an indescribable sense of mystery. Henry grabbed a rickety ladder they had found earlier, testing its strength before descending cautiously into the shadows. The wood creaked under his weight, each step echoing in the stillness below. Tom followed closely, the brothers' shared sense of purpose pulling them deeper into the unknown. Once at the bottom, Henry flicked his lighter, its small flame illuminating a sliver of the vast, silent space. The walls were lined with shelves, and an old oil lamp hung from a rusted hook, its surface covered in dust. Tom grabbed the lamp, and with a flick of the lighter, the wick caught, casting a warm, flickering light that chased away the darkness. The room revealed itself to be a hidden chamber, the kind that had fueled countless tales and legends. "This must be the secret room the historian mentioned," Tom said, his voice a mix of awe and disbelief. The historian had spoken of Stevenson, an enigmatic figure in their family history, and the possibility of hidden clues that could unravel his mysterious disappearance. The brothers exchanged a glance, the weight of the moment sinking in. Was this the key to the puzzle they had longed to solve? Eager to uncover more, they began a thorough search of the room. Every drawer was opened, every cushion overturned, each corner meticulously inspected. The air grew thick with dust as they worked, their efforts seemingly in vain until Henry's eyes landed on a large oil painting hanging on the wall. It was a portrait of Stevenson and his family, rendered in meticulous detail. Something about it seemed to hold significance. Henry studied the painting, his gaze lingering on Stevenson's features, the strong jawline, the sharp eyes. "Look at this," he said, pointing to the bottom corner of the canvas where the initials RS were scrawled. Tom leaned in, his eyes narrowing as he examined the signature. "Wait," Tom said, his voice tinged with disbelief. "Doesn't he look like us?" Henry's heart skipped a beat. Now that Tom mentioned it, the resemblance was striking. Stevenson's nose, the shape of his face, it all felt eerily familiar. Could he be our ancestor? Henry wondered aloud, the question hanging heavily in the air. They decided to investigate further. With great care, they removed the painting, half expecting to find a hidden compartment behind it, but the wall was bare. Disappointment threatened to overwhelm them until Henry noticed something odd. The edges of the painting's frame were scratched, as if they had been tampered with. "There's something hidden here," he said with conviction. Using a pocket knife, they pried open the frame. After several tense minutes, their efforts were rewarded when a small key fell to the floor along with an envelope sealed with wax. Henry picked up the envelope and tore it open. Inside was a letter, its ink faded but legible. As he read aloud, his voice trembled with excitement. The letter spoke of a hidden treasure reserved for Stevenson's true heirs, providing cryptic clues that urged the reader to trust their instincts. With renewed determination, the brothers returned to their search, now armed with the letter's guidance. The clues led them to an old cabinet. After experimenting with its drawers, they heard a loud click. The cabinet itself swung open, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside was an ornate chest, its surface adorned with intricate carvings. The key fit perfectly in the lock. As the lid creaked open, the brothers gasped at the sight of golden coins and ancient documents. Their journey didn't end there. Taking the treasure to the historian, they learned more about their connection to Stevenson and his legacy. Inspired by their findings, the brothers decided to honor their ancestor by building a home on the property, modeled after Stevenson's original designs. Years later, the house became a family estate, complete with a museum dedicated to their discovery. Their lives had been forever changed, not just by the wealth they found, but by the connection they forged with their past.